impeachment of governors, which is sweeping the whole country, is not a good sign. And it is not constructive, because it is diverting attention of the people from development. Impeachment is actually drifting Kenyans backwards.
Instead of just impeaching governors, they can get other solutions. They can try and interact. Many people have ideas, so they can try and interact with people so that they can get better ideas, not just keeping the solutions to themselves. They can brainstorm, and people have many ideas.
They are supposed to sit with the MCAs and the common mwananchi to factor what kind of development they will do. Like now, the major problem where it is in this impeachment ni vile wanapeananga tenders. Mtu anaenda anapata relative wake, anamwambia hii kazi nikikupea kata pesa kidogo, alafu nikupee hii tender ndio tufanye nini kazi iendelee. Kwa hivyo if tenders will be open, where we will be having a very competitive bargaining power to everybody, impeachment haitaonekana kwa sababu kazi itakuwa ikipewa hadharani. Kama watu tenda imetangazwa, iende pale pale. Kama ni tarehe 2 ya kufungua ile box ya tenda, ifunguliwe, isomwe hadharani, tuone ni nani ambaye amepea quotation ile ambayo inafaa.
Impeachment only comes in when there's a problem in the society. For example, if somebody has been given a leader, for example, a governor, is a service provider to us. We electorate, we expect that the person we have elected becomes a service provider, and they provide as per his manifesto. Then as we as electors, when we fail to see any produce from this kind of leader, the electorate has got no any other place to look for. Even the constitution just tells the electorate the only option, the only knife that remains is to impeach somebody.
It's not just about impeaching governors. We are saying there's a constitution that guides us. We have laws that dictate when you are in office A, you go along this path. When you are in office B, you go along this path. So there must be measures where when you are getting off the path, you are brought back to the path. So it's not about MCS impeaching governors, but it's an issue of governance in all offices that require governance. Those ones that deserve to be impeached, they should be impeached. And those ones that don't deserve to be impeached should not be impeached. And that's why there's that provision that MCS are not the final people. They forward their findings to the Senate, and the Senate interrogates in details to see whether a particular governor warrants the sanctioning through impeachment or not. So let's just allow the process to take its own course in such a way that in situations where the governor goes to defend themselves and produce enough evidence to exonerate themselves, then they'll get off the hook. But in situations where the evidence presented of malpractices is so overwhelming, they have to vacate the office so that we also improve, or rather bring about a culture of accountability and responsibility.
First, I don't believe that impeachment is the right way to go, because I believe we should have ways of handling issues. Because if we decide that anytime, even where I work, I have made a mistake, it is solved by summary dismissal. How many employees do you have to employ? So I believe there's also politics in it. But having said that, again, the governors have also misused their powers in one way or another. If you try to see some of the things we read from the press, I don't know how true they are or not, but you'll see a governor who is using maybe 50 million to build a house. I mean, before you were elected, there was a house for maybe the mayor of that county or that municipal council. And which rationale do you use to come up with that idea of let us build a governor house worth 50 million, and there are 50,000 people who maybe can be helped by use of that fund? So there is also misuse of resources.
I think the governors should be given time. Like they always say that this is the first devolution. This is the first devolution, and what should be done, they should be given a time. Even the MCAs, this is the first time they are operating that kind of governance. So they should also look at the structures of how impeachment can be done, because governor being impeached and tomorrow is chased away from the office. It's not the right channel according to the Constitution. So I think they should be given time. Even the investigation should be done thoroughly so that before they are impeached, that structure is followed according to the law, because everybody has a right to be in any position. As a leader, they have a right to be in those kind of positions. So they should not be removed like they don't know what they do.
Hii serikali ya governance ni serikali mpya. Hatujawahi kuwa na senator before, hatujawahi kuwa na governor before. Mtu anapojifundisha kama tuseme governor ni mpya, hajawahi fanya hiyo kazi. Ni kama ako training, on job training. Akiendelea hivyo hivyo, atajua kazi. Wamwachilia afanye kazi, wakati mwingine atafanya mzuri kuliko kumtoa na kuweka mwingine, sababu ukimtoa huyu, kesho yake utaweka mwingine. Tena utamtoa. Tunaendelea wapi jameni wa Kenya?
You are aware that this is the first time to elect those officials in the new constitution. I can say with no doubt that many politicians do not know the difference between, which post has better value, that is governor and senatorial. So now I've realized that it is the governor that has more responsibility, has more funds with them. They are trying to fight to try and top over them. I can bet that come next election, you'll see very many people campaigning for the governorial seat and less for the senatorial seat. Why? There's a lot there.
MCA people are the way they have done this kind of impeachment. Even us as an electorate, we have seen there's a problem with this kind of impeachment thing. They should find a good formula to make sure that it is not witch hunting. The way they are doing is witch hunting. I think the Senate should be the overall people to impeach somebody. The MC should just see the mistake where it is, but it should not be, it's because the way they have done it is just like they also want some handouts, some favors.
If there are some serious facts about integrity issue, which is evidence-based, and misappropriation of maybe the funds in accounting, then it is right for them to be impeached. But if it is through some malice, being under some external influences, then I think the bar of impeaching a governor should be raised.
Actually, the way the MC are doing this thing, you can think is kalongolongo. This is a child play. But the constitution should be made in a way that the impeaching of a governor should be done at a higher level. But I think it should be done by the Senate.
First, we have to compare notes as a county government of that area. If we don't find a solution, then we forward it to the Auditor General. If he finds the person is guilty, they bring it back to the county level. We impeach the person and go home so that we can get somebody else to do the work. If you cannot do the work, you don't need to be there. And secondly, the senators should not in any way start saying that the MCAs are being biased to impeach these governors, because if you impeach the governor of Embu, it doesn't mean that the governor of Kericho is not corrupt. No governor should regard another governor's cross. Everybody should regard his own cross.
I've not seen anything good, because ni kuongea tu slap, everyday slap. This one, they are doing petty things.